Hello, everyone! So today, we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. So finally, I have the figure, and to tell you the truth, I love this guy. I mainly collect the cartoon versions of the Transformers. I have very few live action figures except for the Rise of the Beast line. And even that, I didn't complete it. I only got the Maximals mainly and the Terracons. So not really a fan of the live action figures, but I got this at a cheaper price. And to be honest, I really love him, especially his robot mode. So before we get into him, let's look at the box first. Let me put him on the side. So at the box up front, you can see a picture of him, his truck mode, and it says here Transformers Age of Extinction. And it shows 44 steps to go into truck mode. On the side, it's like a mirror image of the one up front, bigger one as well. At the back, we have a scene from the movie and the text Optimus Prime battles lockdown as he is hunted by Cemetery Wind. I don't remember who Cemetery Wind is. But here we have him in his robot mode with his shield, his sword blade-ish, and on the side we have the big sword. So he has three accessories, three weapons. The mini sword which can turn into a blade on his arm. The big sword, which you can see here on the scene as well, and then the shield. And here on truck mode, the truck mode is just awesome. And the truck mode for me is perfect except for one tiny bit issue on my copy, which I'll show later. And on the side, it's just a continuation of the art from the front. So let's get this out of the way. So let's focus now on the figure himself. So as I've said earlier, he has three accessories: the sword, the mini blade or mini sword, and the shield, which all can be incorporated or put in his back for weapon storage. So the shield and the sword can be placed like that, although it's a bit awkward because it's too bulky in the back, and the sword is a bit loose. And then the blade sits right here. So let me show you how it's incorporated. So the sword comes with this. This is basically an extra accessory, which you can put the sword in so that you'll have a peg hole and a peg on the side. So the peg goes on the back here, and the peg hole actually fits with the hole or with the peg for the shield so that you can incorporate them. So you can, this is also the way you store it in vehicle mode, which I'll show later. And for the mini blade, there's a rectangular peg hole here which you can place here. Now if you don't want to store it, the backpack or the roof of the front of the truck can be closed up so that the entire roof or the entire front of the truck is actually in his back, which is, let's start with this. This is the only issue I have with the entire figure itself. It's just a really big backpack, but if you actually remember how he looks like in the movie, he doesn't have any kibble at all. He actually looks like a human there, like his proportions and everything. So it's really impossible. I think it's impossible for them to do it without the backpack. But even so, this guy's pretty nice. So the face sculpt is really amazing. A lot of paint apps are very well detailed, really accurate to the show. I like how they put the lighter blue for the eyes. The chest is actually the same colorway or color design as the truck with the flames, red flames. I like the yellow part there in the torso. There's a skirt which can be moved, which is movable. The shoulder pads, a lot of details in everything. Details on the chest, the legs, look at that, the thighs. The legs are also well detailed. Everything is, oh, sorry. There's a lot of details in everything. So they put a lot of work on this guy. So it's really amazing. That's what That's why a lot of people really like this figure. So I have, although I have a couple of issues with my copy. Not sure if I haven't heard anything from other reviews about this, but my copy's chest plate is actually quite loose. So it doesn't tab properly here on the shoulders, which it should, but it's quite loose. It's easily removed. So kind of bothersome when you post them. And then the heel spurs. The two heel spurs. I like the heel spurs, but mine are really loose. Like, it comes off really easily. Although they come in quite easily too, but since they're too loose, sometimes he goes like he's like slanting too much to the back because it can't support the weight properly. So yeah, those are my only two issues with my figure. Everything else is really amazing. So the sword, he can hold it with his hand. He has finger articulation, by the way, which I'll show later. So look at that. Pretty awesome with the sword. The shield, he can hold it with his hand, but it looks weird and it's loose. So you can peg it here on the side. There's a peg hole there on his forearm. And then for the blade, I think he can hold it. I haven't tried letting him hold it. So yeah, he can hold the blade, or if you fold his hand inward, there's actually a rectangular peg hole there, which conveniently fits, which this can conveniently fit into. So there we go. This is actually how I remembered it coming up in the movies. Like he has an energon blade coming out of his forearm. So this is the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime with all of his accessories equipped. So he's really cool, really nice. So let's head on to articulation. Let me remove everything first. Now the head can look down very slightly and up, can move sideways, and it can rotate up only up until there because of these things. So these shoulder pads are articulated so they can be moved like so. And the shoulders can move the full 360. Just move the shoulder pads out for it to move properly there. Bicep swivel. Elbows are on a double joint so they can pretty much fold all the way upwards. Then wrist is fully articulated, and the fingers, the four fingers are articulated as well. For the waist, let's see. Despite the backpack, there is an uncompromised waist swivel. For the legs, you just gotta move the hip skirts out, and he can kick sidewards free-form. He can kick forwards only up to that, and backwards only up to that because of the backpack as well. There is a thigh swivel, knee bend, pretty much just 90, and then the feet can actually move all the way around. That's because of transformation. And then, of course, there is the ankle pivot. So pretty good articulation for a guy this big. And I like the really big legs as well. Helps him with posing. So now that we've taken a look at him and done his articulation check, let's do some size comparisons. First off, we have the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. We have the Age of the Primes Alchemist Prime. Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. We have the Byway Rise of the Beast Nemesis Prime. We have the Earthrise Optimus Prime. And lastly, we have the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. So here we have Optimus Prime in his truck mode, or his alt mode. And as you can see, one major issue that I have in my copy is that I can't lock the roof. So I know it's really difficult to lock it in the first place, but mine I've tried 100 times. I might be exaggerating, but I've tried so much just to be able to lock this. As you can see, I can't even if I put this properly, like this part is aligned, it will not close like this. It will open up. So I do with what I can, if that's even a term. So let's focus on the other details. So the flame paint apps is really amazing, really accurate to the show. I really love this figure. I love this alt mode. Really just bad luck on the roof. I love that they made the windows black, so it looks like it's a tinted one. Really awesome. The details here in the pipes are really amazing. The wheels are separately pinned. And from the back, there's really nothing you can see. If you peek there are the hands, but you won't really notice it. The smokestacks are real nice. Behind him, this looks like you can put the trailer in. Let me try. Let me get my two trailers. So I have here two trailers, one from the 86 figure and one from Earthrise. And as you can hear, I actually have some stuff inside, so I use them as storage. So let's try the Earthrise one. It actually clicks in. It actually looks okay. It's just a little bit too far, I think. But the size-wise, I think it's too small. This trailer is too small to be used here. So let's try the 86 trailer. Oops. Let's see if it actually locks in. Ha! It doesn't lock in. It actually broke the lock. So let me try. Nah, it's too loose. Although this looks way better. So you can put the trailer in, but it's kind of loose. But still, it works. Since I showed this as a port for the trailer, the main use of this is actually to for weapon storage. Sorry. So the sword, you gotta put the extra accessory in first. Then we would, of course, as you guessed, we will peg it here, and the sword actually goes in, partially goes in. It looks nice out there, and the shield can go in here. And once we peg it, actually also looks really nice. And the mini blade, you can peg it here or here, whichever one you prefer. There's a rectangular peg hole there, which you can just squeeze it in. So here we have Optimus Prime in his truck mode with the weapons incorporated or stored behind the truck. Really nice. I really love the details on this figure. Really unfortunate that I can't lock the roof properly. Maybe it's a skill issue. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just a copy issue on my end. So yeah, this is underneath. You can see most of his parts underneath. But yeah, this is the awesome trailer or truck mode for the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Now let's head on to size comparisons. So first off, we have the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, Age of the Primes Alchemist Prime, the Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. We have here the Byway Rise of the Beast Nemesis Prime, Earthrise Optimus Prime, and finally the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. So final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. So everything about him is really well done for me. The details on him, the paint applications, especially in truck mode, really awesome. Only things I don't like, the loose chest plate, the loose heel spurs, but I'm not sure, it just might be an issue on my figure. And also the loose roof on the alt mode. I guess that's a skill issue on my end. So everything else is pretty awesome. The weapons, the accessories are all amazing. His posability, his transformation is really complex, especially for a leader, even for a leader class. It's a really complex transformation, and I really love it. I really enjoy the transformation, except only for the roof, which I kept on mentioning. But overall, for the leader price point, this guy is really worth the price, and I suggest you guys buy it, especially if you collect the live action film figures. So yeah, there you go. I hope you guys enjoy my video. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.